All right, the pre-calc review sheet here. Hopefully you guys can do the first one, but if not, find f of x minus 4. That means that bad boy becomes x minus 4. So this is x minus 4 squared minus 5. You know, write twice in FOIL. Most of you can do that in your head. But that's going to be x squared minus 8x plus 16, and we still got the minus 5. And we have x squared minus 8x plus 11. Most actual math functions are composition functions. Not too bad. Use a graph to find the indicated value. Oh, you wish it would be this easy, but who knows? It might be on there. F of negative 2 means find y when x is negative 2. And that's right there. And I know that y is 2. There's my answer. Use a graph to determine the function's domain and range. I'm not sure how they'll do this because your challenge exam is supposed to be multiple choice, but talk about the domain. It looks like the domain is from 0 to infinity. They might use set builder, all values of x such that x is greater than or equal to 0, or they might use interval notation, 0 to infinity, bracket on the 0. Your range, it looks to me like we're at negative 1 and we go up forever. So all values of y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 1, or negative 1 to infinity. And there's a key on this, but this is not something given by the state of Tennessee, so I don't know how they'll have yours. Tennessee likes everything. They like mixtures of all things. Let's see, use the graph of the given function to find any relative maxima and minima. State where f of x increases and where it decreases. So we had this lesson a long time ago. This would be a relative maximum. I'm just going to abbreviate that RM. It's at 0, 1. This would be a relative minimum. And it looks like it's at 2, negative 3. Now, where is the function increasing? The function is increasing from here to here, from negative infinity to 0, which you could also see written as all values of x such that x is less than or equal to 0. Don't forget about set builder, it still matters. You are increasing from 2 to infinity. You're doing that too. And if we're using set builder, let me rewrite this. All values of x such that x is less than or equal to 0, and x, not less than or equal to, just less than, and x is greater than 2. Where is the thing decreasing? We are decreasing from here to here. So between 0 and 2. Or you might see it as a set builder, all values of x such that x is stuck between 0 and 2. All right, this one. This is going to be one of those that bothers y'all. I didn't do enough of this kind of stuff with y'all in Algebra 2. I did a lot of it this year with the kids in Algebra 2, and I'd say 10 of them can do it, which is pretty good, actually. But everywhere you see an x, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to become x plus h. So this becomes x plus h squared plus 7x plus h's plus a 3. X plus h squared, you write it twice. You do about 3 or 4 of these, and you just kind of memorize what x plus h squared is. Plus 7x plus 7h plus 3. Anyways, this guy right here becomes x squared. And you can either write 2hx or 2xh, it doesn't matter. But there's 2 of them. And then plus h squared. And then we have this plus 7x plus 3. So there's that. I'm going to take all that and I'm going to put it right there. So x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 7x plus 3. Then we have take away f of x. So take away x squared plus 7x plus 3. It's all over an h. Now we combine like terms. We have an x squared minus an x squared. We have a 7x minus a 7x. We have a 3 minus a 3. You always cross out those things. There's 6 things that disappear every time. And we are left with 2xh plus h squared. Well, I guess that's it. And it's still sitting over an h. So each of these 3 pieces possess an h. 2x plus h. Ta-da! Number 6, write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Presumably you remember y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Point slope form. So you find your slope, be 8 minus 5 over 1 minus 2, which is what? 3 over negative 1, negative 3. And then you just pick a point, and I'm going to use that one for no good reason. Y minus 8 equals negative 3 times x minus 1. Distribute. Y minus 8 equals negative 3x plus 3. Add 8. Y equals negative 3x plus 11. All right, let's see what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to graph the standard quadratic fx equals x squared, then use transformations to graph, blah, blah, blah. Don't care about any of that. This is going to be left 2, always opposite, up 3. Hopefully you remember that x squared is the parabola. And this will be my vertex. Now they have that fractional slope, which kind of stinks. That negative 1/2 can be thought of as initial slope. You get to fall exactly 1/2 unit as you run 1. That's what it says. This means fall 1/2 unit and run 1. That's all it means. Don't overthink it. It doesn't mean fall 1, run 2, because you're only allowed to do initial slope within the first block. I can't do it over 2 blocks. I can't do it over the course of 3 blocks. It all has to be done in the first block. So there you go. That's what she looks like. For the given functions f and g, find the indicated composition. F of g of x, which I taught you in Algebra 2 to think of as this. And that means that every x in f of x becomes 4 over 5x. So I'm going to take all that and I'm going to put it right there. 7 over 4 over 5x plus 4. I don't know how you want to approach this. There's 2 ways. The first is the LCD method. We're going to multiply everything here, by the way. Those 2 pieces are under an understood 1. I'm going to multiply by 5x. So I 5x everything. If I 5x is 7, I get 35x. If I 5x a 4 over 5x, I get a 4. And if I 5x a 4, I get 20x. Done. The other way of doing this is piece by piece. It's more steps. It is. I'm going to combine these pieces down here. This has, I don't know if you remember this or not, but A over C plus B over D is AD plus BC over CD, the common denominator. So I'm going to give this 4 a 1. 4 times 1 is 4. I'm going to give this 4 the 5x through multiplication plus 20x. Both pieces sitting over 5x times 1 or 5x. And now I am dividing by a fraction, which is multiplication of the reciprocal. So 7 over 1 times 5x over 4 plus 20x. And ta-da, 35x over 4 plus 20x. You do it however you want to do it. My way up top's way quicker. Write an inverse. Number 9. To write an inverse, you swap x and y, and you resolve for y. So that y becomes an x, and that x becomes a y. You're going to 2y both sides. Sorry, 2y plus 1 both sides. Cancellation on the right. Since we're solving for y, if you think a step or two ahead of time, you're going to have to distribute that x. 2yx plus x is 3. It's my first commandment in mathematics. If you can pull it, pull it. Actually, we're going to move that x over. 2yx equals 3 minus x. And then I just have to divide by 2y. That, not 2y, 2x, because I want that 2x gone. And there you go. 3 minus x over twice x. Intends where I'll stop this video. Otherwise it'll get too long. C, complete the square and write the equation in standard form. She must be a circle. Yeah, then give the center and radius of the circle. Wow, they actually did all the hard stuff for you. Look at how this piece factors. That's x minus 5 times x minus 5. Plus, this is y minus 4 times y minus 4. They already gave you everything in a position where you didn't have to complete the square. It's all done. So that's x minus 5 squared plus y minus 4 squared equal to 64. I think this is on your reference sheet, but x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is r squared. So my center is my h and my k values, 5, 4. And my radius is 8 because r squared lines up with 64. And that takes care of that little group.